129 to 113. What a ball game. What a ball game. How is everybody doing? I'm your host, Leo Bias. Welcome to the Basketball Zone YouTube channel. This is a CK Podcast live post-game show. We just watched a dandy of a game. We watched two All-NBA players, two of them who were superior to the other two who have more notoriety league-wide. That's right, De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis outplayed Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. I did not make a mistake in saying that. I did not stutter in saying that. You heard me right. They outplayed those two by a long shot. Like, it wasn't even close. And their team, the Sacramento Kings, destroyed the Dallas Mavericks tonight in Dallas. I mean, we're talking about a team that is just making a stamp this season, making themselves known. As last year, we had a tough 7-game series against the defending champs at the time, the Golden State Warriors. They should have won that series. They all know that. And right now, they're playing at a super high level. De'Aaron Fox leading the way, 30 points again tonight. Wow, I mean, incredibly efficient. Sabonis, a 30-piece as well. Incredibly efficient. We can go down the list, which you will. Holy cow, happy Sunday, y'all. What a time to be alive. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Let's get the likes going. Let's get some phone calls in. I'm going to love to hear you guys' excitement as well. I'll put the link in a little bit. I mean, there is a lot to talk about. If you hit the Kings at I think it was -1.5 or a pick 'em today, I mean, you made big time money. I hit them at the half. I had them -4.5. They won by 5, so I barely covered. But the second half, I actually doubled down and I got them at -12.5, which they covered. Sasha saved my ass because at the end of the day, man, that bench unit was looking kind of iffy towards the end in terms of covering the spread. But the Kings dominated that fourth quarter. Make no mistake about it. It was nice to see my boy Rashawn Holmes get some buckets, some tough nose buckets, which is some of the stuff that he does. And you know, just seeing him out there was awesome. But damn, what a time to be alive, man. Light the beam. You know we got the beam behind us as well. Getting hit the like button. Wow. I'm excited. Make sure you guys check out Medici Sacramento right across the Golden One Center and Butcher and Barrel, one of the hottest steakhouses. It just opened a month ago. A1 Steak. I mean, they are phenomenal. You already know about Medici, man. Best pizza in Sacramento. Make sure you guys check them out and check out all the local businesses as well, man. It really helps out the economy. And if you guys are in the downtown area, check them out. Support them. It's phenomenal food. Supports a lot of families locally. And it's just cool to be able to say, you know what, I supported a local business. You know, you don't always have to support all these McDonald's and like all these fast food chains all the time. You know, go out, support your local businesses. It means a lot to all of them. Damn, man. Medici Sacramento, man. Appreciate you guys and Butcher and Barrel as well for always supporting the Cowboy Kingdom platform. Wow. Again, 129 to 113 today. You know, in the description, I put that the Kings destroyed them in the fourth quarter. In reality, they just whooped their butts today. The fourth quarter ended up being 22-17, obviously because the benches came in and there was a lot of garbage buckets down the stretch. Again, you saw a lot of Rashawn Holmes get some of these buckets, but the reality is the Kings kicked their ass, and we all know that to be true. Second quarter, 35-29. Third quarter, 37-31, and then the fourth quarter, 22-17. So it was a 16-point, deficit for the Dallas Mavericks. It just felt like they blew them out by 30. I don't even know why. It just felt like they blew them out by 30. But yeah, man, I'm going to get to you guys in a little bit. Light the beam. Yes, sir. I was genuinely surprised how the Kings locked it down during the fourth quarter. That's what won us the game. Fox, Luka, I can do without the flopping, says Daryl. James says beam the light the beam. I guess we say beam the light in Canada, man. It's all good, man, for the Canadian brothers and sisters over there. Question for you, Leo. Do you think this team is better than last year's at this time of the year? Without question. I mean, last year they started off 0-4. Right now they're on a 6-game losing streak. The Golden State Warriors on a 6-game losing streak. Oh, we love to see. We love to hear that. We love to hear that. Great win, 6 in a row. We are on a roll. Light the beam. Yes, yes, yes. They are. Domantas Sabonis tonight, 32 points. 13 of 15 is just outrageously, ridiculously efficient. That is insane. 0 of 2 from beyond New York. Those were his only 2 misses. Were 3-point shots. Inside the paint, he was dominant. I love me some Lively, but at the end of the day, kid's a rookie. He's not well built. The physicality was too much for him to handle. Sabonis does this to everybody. It really not just, Lively, but Sabonis, man, 32 points, 13 boards, 6 assists, 1 turnover. Man, this is the Sabonis that we've all been waiting for in terms of being ultra aggressive. He's always been really good with the 19 points, 12 boards, 7, 8 assists. That's what he does. Right now, the last few games, he has been dominant offensively. He's putting his head down. He's using his physicality, rightfully known as the Ox. He's using that strength to his advantage, and he's taking advantage of other people, basketball wise. So that's a great thing. I love it, man, because when he's ultra aggressive, it truly opens up what he wants to do, which is facilitate. He wants to get everybody else involved. And it's hard, as I've said, to really turn on and turn off that switch. But really, for him, it's turning on that switch because his instincts are to always to pass and to get everybody else involved. Those are his instincts. But right now, ever since Fox came back, and I think it was a game before that, he just obviously everybody was calling him soft. Everybody was upset with how he performed against Houston. He really took that to heart. He's been performing well at an elite level ever since those 2 games. And in those moments, we all called him soft. He played like a soft player those 2 games. Make no mistake about it. But ever since that, he's woken up. Those chirping, all that stuff that he heard, it woke up the beast, the Ox, Domantas Sabonis. And we got to love that, man. I mean, that's part of basketball. That's part of making all these millions of dollars. You're going to get criticized when you don't play well. You're going to get loved when you are playing well. That's literally how it goes, especially in basketball, because there's 82 games. You're going to have some bad games, but it's more so how do you respond to the adversity? Sabonis and the entire Kings team have responded well to the adversity. And I'm just so, so proud of Sabonis because I know it's in him. Something got to, release it every single game or just to really do it almost every game. Because if they get this, man, that Kings are the second best team in the West behind Denver. It's just the way they run their offense. It's just so fun to watch. Everybody touches the ball. There's motion everywhere. There's back cuts happening. There's weak side. There's a ton of weak side action going on. It's incredibly hard to stop this team. The ball is moving. Guys are getting wide open shots for a reason because guys are playing for one another, and that matters. The only other team I can say that is Denver, and tonight they got their asses beat. So, again, when they're healthy with Jamal Murray, they're obviously a different team. Right now they're trying to readjust without him, which they've played a lot without him, but it's obviously not the same. I mean, without him, they don't win the championship. It's a huge, that's an all-star player right there. So I understand the Kings looked lost as well when they didn't have Fox. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They're the defending champions. They're the best team in the West, without question. I give them their place, their respect 100%. But behind them, we can easily make an argument for the Kings that they're the second best team right now without making any moves. And I do think they're a move away from truly, truly contending in the 7-game series against Denver. But even if they kept the same team today, they going to win 2 games in the series. Whether or not they win 3, I don't know. But Fox is good enough to win 2 games with how he performs on a night-to-night basis. That's how good De'Aaron Fox is. They going to get 2 games. Like, they not going to get swept like the sorry-ass Lakers did. So that's that. That is that. You know what I mean? Make sure you guys hit the like button, man. Come on. Sabonis for MVP, Fox too. I mean, it's De'Aaron Fox. Hey, De'Aaron Fox is to me the MVP candidate. I mean, Sabonis is gonna be in the conversation without question, but Fox is just playing on another level right now, man. They've lost one time with Fox. You know what I mean? You happy with HB's impact on the team? I mean, if there's one player that hasn't truly impacted this year on a night-to-night basis, who's been incredibly inconsistent, has been HB. But tonight, I feel like he had a good game. He had 12 points. He was 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. I know it's a quote-unquote bad stat, right? 1 of 7. But the reality is he took those shots. And typically, he doesn't take those shots. And I'm just happy that he's starting to take those shots. Bro, just like with Kevin Huerter, shoot the damn basketball. He took the shots. He hit one shot. That's fine. He was 4 of 11, 2 boards. Well, he had 2 boards. Sorry, he had 4 boards, 6 assists. So he 1 steal. He did other things to contribute. He was a plus 17, man. And I'm okay with that, right? The plus 21 who led the team was Keegan Murray tonight. 17 points. He was 2-7 from beyond the arc, 7-13 from the field. He had that nice dunk. He had 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. I mean, I can't say enough about Keeg, man. Keeg is just surprising me every single night, and in terms of just continually to impact the game in different ways that I just didn't see him doing pre-draft. But yet again, the one person that did see that was Monty McNair. And kudos to him and that entire staff of just like, you know what? We got the number 4 pick. We know who we want. This is who we've been scouting for 2 years now. This is who I want. So 100% kudos. I mean, it's spectacular to just double down on it and being like, I am 100% certain I believe in this man. I mean, look, we all knew he was NBA ready, right? Like, that wasn't the question with him. It was just more so like, what's his ceiling, right? Because he's an older guy coming into the league. But what I continue to tell a lot of people is even if you're 19, 20 coming into the league, you technically are labeled with more upside. But most of the time, this is not an opinion. This is a fact. Most of the time, guys plateau, you know, by the time they're 23 to 26. Like, we've seen it so many times with, historically speaking, like everyone in the lottery that's 19, 20 is not going to be a star or an all-star level player. Like, that shit doesn't happen that often, you know? And right now, again, on tape, we didn't see this all-NBA type defense from Keegan. This offseason, he took a lot of pride in getting his body better. He got stronger, lighter, and he spent it with De'Aaron Fox, guarding De'Aaron Fox. I mean, if you spend the whole summer learning and trying to guard De'Aaron Fox, you're going to do pretty damn good against anybody because De'Aaron Fox is a bucket getter. He is an unstoppable bucket. He's one of those players like a KD, you know, like those certified guys. You're just like, man, like no matter who's on him, he's going to score. Like, he's in that. He's in that tier now of just elite scorer. Elite scorer. He's an elite playmaker as well. Because every time he touches the ball, he touches that paint and he's looking for other people. Guys are getting wide open shots. He's not getting credit for a lot of those assists because they're all hockey assists, but he's creating those plays. He is so effing good, man. And the Kings are extremely lucky to have this dude. And we can go back and eventually probably all-star break. I'm going to roll out the tape, man, for 3-4 years ago when I was saying De'Aaron Fox is going to be a top 10 player one day. And the time has arrived. He's a top 10 player in the league. He's a top 5 point guard without question. Whether or not we want to label him a top 4, top 3, you know, we can make an argument for that for sure. But De'Aaron Fox is just on another level right now. Leading scorer in the NBA. Extremely humble. You know, he got the shoe deal with Steph Curry. Steph Curry ain't stupid, man. Steph Curry sees a lot of himself in him. He sees a super humble, bright superstar, and he's like, well, look, let me, shoot my shot and just take advantage of it, and he's going to help me grow my brand. And obviously, Fox is going to get paid big time for that, right? It's a win-win situation. That's how Fox described it. That's how Steph described it. I'm okay with that, man. I am A-okay with that. Fox deserves that, man. It was a matter of time before someone gave him a signature shoe. Like, he's box office. De'Aaron Fox is special, man. Like, De'Aaron Fox is super, super special. So, that's fun. Again, Harrison Barnes, I thought in his 12 points, he was solid tonight. And then Keegan Murray, obviously, plus 21, he was phenomenal. But De'Aaron Fox, 30 points, 6 of 10 from beyond the arc. He was shooting lights out. He knew who he was playing on the other side than Luka Doncic, man. And 31 minutes and 30 points. That's damn near a point, 1 point per minute. You know what I mean? That's hard to do. Like, that's hard to do. So he didn't play big time minutes, man. And tomorrow they gonna face a very motivated Pelicans team. I'm very, very interested to see what they do against that team, 100%. But let's talk about one dude, man, who honestly stepped into the starting lineup tonight. Who y'all know I love Chris Duarte. He got his opportunity to start finally. 3 of 4 from beyond the arc, 5 of 8 from the field. Really, really good defense. 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. My man Chris Duarte from the Dominican, baby. You know how they do, man. That's my boy. I'm excited for the guy. He's worked extremely hard to get back to get his body right because he's had a lot of injuries since that rookie season when he was spectacular. Also, another older guy, right? Older rookie who was NBA ready. He came in guns blazing into the league with the Pacers when he had Sabonis, and he got injured. Those things happen, and it takes time to recover and get yourself right mentally, physically, spiritually. And right now, I feel like he's in the right situation for him to take that leap of getting back to that level. And if he gets back to that level, that's a extremely, extremely efficient role player on this team. Because we know he's a third-level scorer. We've seen that from him. We saw that in college. We saw that his rookie year. This is his chance to get back to that level. And it's hard to do that off the bench sometimes. But I feel like games like this is where we can see and why Mike Brown likes to play him a lot, because he brings that physicality defensively, that fearlessness that a lot of dudes have on this team to play defense. And yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing from him, man. So shout out to Chris Duarte, who won Defensive Player of the Game last game, right? They gave him the crown, so that was really cool, and he responds to that with the even better game. Again, I'm just super happy for the guy. I know there's been a lot of adversity that he's faced, and he's trying to do his best to respond to it. And Sasha had some good moments. Obviously, some of those moments came in garbage time, but again, these are the moments. Every moment's important, especially for guys on the fringe in terms of playing time. He took advantage of that. He finished with 7 points, 1 and 2 from beyond the arc. He helped me cover the spread, so I'm ecstatic. Malik Monk, man, just an efficient 12 points tonight. 4 of 6 from beyond the arc, 4 of 9 from the field, so he missed all the other shots. But his ability to play make off the bench and just play big time, man. I mean, he only played 18 minutes tonight, right? Like Chris Duarte played 33 minutes. But in those 18 minutes, you felt Malik Monk. Like, you felt his presence, you felt his impact, and not enough can be said about how valuable of a player he is for the Sacramento Kings, man. Him and Fox, only two dudes who truly have a bag, who can get a bucket whenever they want, like however they want on every level, right? So Malik Monk, 18 minutes, 18 valuable minutes. That was awesome to see. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Davion Mitchell. As soon as he came into the game, we saw a great defensive stop against Kyrie. He got physical. He got into him. That's where you play him like in spot minutes when he's not playing like this great utilization from Mike Brown. Mike Brown just coached a hell of a effing game today. Super excited for Mike Brown, man. He's really responded. He himself said it too. Like, it sounds weird, but I'm glad we went through this little adversity now than later or in the playoffs. Like, and again, they very well could go through this if they see another injury down the road. But we know now that they're able to respond to any adversity. So, I'm just super excited to see what they do moving forward. Right now, they're balling, man. They're 8-4. I think they're 6 or 7-1 with Fox. It's crazy to see that, man. On the other side, we had Luka with 25. He took 19 shots, so not efficient at all. He had 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Kyrie had 23 points, 8 of 17, 2 of 6 from beyond the arc, 5 of 5 in the free throw line. I saw a lot of the crying from Kings fans. Luka's this, Luka's that. Yeah, he is a effing crybaby. I agree 1,000%. But let's not kid ourselves. There are plenty of dudes in the league who are effing crybabies, okay? From the top of my head, I can think about Joel Embiid. Just awful. I mean, just effing crybaby. Always foul baiting. Especially at that size, it's really hard. And then Luka, too. Like, it's hard to already guard these guys, especially when they always foul bait and they're always crying. So Joel Embiid, Trae Young does this shit all the time as well. Like, again, let's not kid ourselves. James Harden is just awful at it. Always foul baiting. Always asking for fouls. Like, plenty of dudes who do this. So, and LeBron's a effing crybaby as well. I mean, again, stars tend to just do this type of stuff. Luckily, for Kings fans, De'Aaron Fox, superstar as well, he don't do these things, which is great because it makes watching basketball so much better for us, right? It makes it that much more pleasant to watch because we're not seeing a dude always crying, always like Trae Young, like Joel Embiid, like Luka Doncic. It's fine, and let's blame the NBA for it because they allow it. They allow this type of shit. So, it's almost like when the Kings allowed DeMarcus to do all the crazy things that he did. Like, if you don't discipline your guys, they gonna continue to do these things and make all these facial expressions throughout a game and cry about every single call that doesn't go their way. That's what the NBA has allowed, man. So it's gonna be hard to stop these little crybabies from doing their thing. But again, just I guess the biggest takeaway is feel very blessed that you don't have crybabies. Like, yeah, you might have Fox complain. Again, and Fox gets hit a lot. Like, he has every right to complain. But moments where Sabonis says he gets hit, like, that's normal complaining, right? I would do that myself. So that's not what people complain about. The facial expressions of a Luka, of a Trae Young, of a Joel Embiid, of a James Harden. I mean, even guys who have no bag, who have truly, just not really good at basketball and offensively in terms of like a Draymond Green, who's, he's been spectacular defensively his entire life. But even a guy like that argues all the time. So this is more of an NBA league-wide problem when they allow dudes to just cry and just get their way. And it's ridiculous, man. Like, it truly is. Grant Williams tonight, I wasn't truly impressed by him. Derek Jones, I wasn't impressed by him. I was impressed by Lively for sure. But we saw that if you add physicality to him, you can neutralize that kid. He's a rookie. He's young. But he definitely is an impactful player, especially at this young age. And again, not great nights from Luka and from Kyrie because Fox and Sabonis just outplayed them tonight. They outdueled them tonight, and it was just extremely fun to watch. I felt like Green was impactful as hell tonight. 26 minutes, he was 2 of 5 from beyond the arc, 11 points. I thought Tim Hardaway was extremely impactful tonight off the bench. So their bench was solid tonight for Dallas. And I said this on Instagram. I said, man, like, these two teams, Kings and 6, obviously, but it would be fun because they would be scoring a lot of points. Dallas don't play no defense. The Kings are getting better in that department. They're playing more physical. I just feel like it would be a fun first round series. Probably Dallas being like a 7 seed or something, and the Kings being like the 2 seed. So I can definitely see something like that in the first round of the playoffs. Um, Let me know what you guys think. What would you guys like to see a Dallas versus Sacramento again, just like the early 2000s, man? I mean, those series went hard. I don't know if you guys remember Bobby Jackson going crazy. It was fun, man. It was fun. Why does Luka complain? It's already answered that. I mean, personally, I feel like Barnes shouldn't be allowed to play against Dallas. He seems to like he plays for the other team. That's hilarious. When LeBron and Kawhi look up to the sky, all they see is that beam. Barnes shouldn't be allowed to play against Lakers or Dallas. Tripping. HB is it wrong. Word. Davion Plateau in the summer league. De'Aaron in top 3. What guards are above Fox right now in the league? We'll talk about that in a little bit. Fox took the super leap this year. Yes, he did. Harrison Barnes, I love him, but I would be ready to give him up for Caruso. I mean, yes, but you still want a forward in return. Like you still want somebody else in return. Steph, maybe Dame, Shea, about it. Sasha doing what we need. I have Fox top 10 ahead of Dame, but whatever. I mean, he's definitely ahead of Dame. He's definitely ahead of Dame. One criticism I have Duarte is that he makes some unnecessary hand checking, blocking fouls, but that's part of it though. Like that's like having a guy like Patrick Beverly who has no fucking game whatsoever, and he talks like he does on his podcast, which is hilarious, and he's a great like entertainer. But Chris Duarte has game offensively. Like that's the difference, right? And it comes with that territory. Like you're hand checking, like you're being physical, you're hitting guys. You're in a way telling them it's gonna be a long night, and I'm gonna make you work all night. So yes, it's annoying from that. Like I get what you're saying, but that's part of being like who he is as a physical defender. Like that's part of what comes with the package of being that type of dude, which apparently, Mike likes. Again, I'm not saying it's a great thing to have. Like, yeah, nobody loves to foul and then stop momentum and stuff like that. But he's trying to make a play. It's not like he's intentionally just hitting dudes like that. But yes, I completely agree with what you're saying. Watching Party by Jeremy Marquez, King's baby. Hope the crying ends sooner rather than later. Rest in peace, league. I've seen Draymond cry a few times. I mean, that guy's a crybaby. Light the beam. Light the beam, man. Gonna need all refs at some point. Also, gonna need AI refs. Facts. What's up, Leo? One thing I hate is that all these guys that throw their hands back or throw their arms are like a foul every time, and it's all flopping like Luka tonight. Yeah, that's part of it. Yep, soft wash league. So to your point about who is ahead of De'Aaron Fox, like right now, well, you got to put Steph up there just because he's Steph. I mean, and like Fox is playing as good as anybody in the league, but in this list, I mean, Steph. I mean, obviously it sucks to say it, but yes, Luka, just because of what he's done already in terms of his historic impact at the NBA level, and he's still effing balling out of his mind. So let's not get carried away either. So Luka, Luka, yeah, I mean, it's either Shea or Fox. Like they're neck and neck. I mean, but both guys are just spectacular. I'm not mad if you say either or. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. It's hard for me to say like, oh, one or the other. Obviously, I'm gonna go with my guy Fox. But if someone else said Shea, like I'm not mad at that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh, you're effing stupid, or no, like that makes a lot of sense too. There's an argument to be made for both those guys. So let's just say they're both 3A, 3B. those two guys are top three. I mean, four. I mean, obviously, let me see, four. Dame, you got. I'm not saying him. I'm just saying I'm gonna name names. So Dame, you got Darius Garland, you got Tyrese, you got Trae Young. Who else am I missing? I just elite. God, I can't think today, bro. It's Sunday, bro. I'm not even supposed to be working. It's a family day. So there's four guys right there. Who else though? I know I'm missing somebody big. Oh, sorry. I apologize. Kyrie. Kyrie is playing a lot of like off guard right now, but obviously he's considered a point guard. So you got Kyrie there. I mean, Kyrie's box office, but I mean, in the comments below, obviously if you're able to type out the names for me. But yes, I wonder if Fox can make. Yes, he's making the second All-NBA team if the Kings get the number 2 seed this year, without question. I mean, he's gonna battle for that number 1 spot this year. I mean, he has to. He's leading the NBA in scoring. You think swapping Duarte for HB in the starting lineup is a possibility? I don't know, bro. I feel like I don't know. I truly don't. I mean, you can, but I don't know if Mike does that. I'm thinking more so, like I said, you can, but I'm thinking more so if Mike would do it. And I don't know if Mike would do it because obviously HB is the vet of the team. He just got paid $18 million per. Does his confidence get worse? Does his confidence get better as more of a motivation? I don't know. I don't think he does it though. You know what I mean? Like, even if I say yes, do it, it's more so like, would Mike do it? You know what I mean? So I don't think Mike would do it. Davion Mitchell, Chris Duarte, Casper Edwards, top 10 protected pick. Hell nah. You're tripping, bro. And really, bro, it's gonna be like there's gonna be no picks involved in this. Okay, it's gonna be Davion Mitchell. I'm gonna take that back. It's gonna be like two second round picks. Like the Kings will give him 2. Look, this is how I see the whole first round thing now, and I still don't value them as much as a lot of people do, but last year when I saw, and obviously I don't regret getting Kevin because I love Kevin Huerter, but y'all saw how not having that pick and how the CBA and how it's stipulated where because they don't know when it's like they don't know what year precisely it is, you're not able to make certain trades. So I felt like that's a big reason why they couldn't make certain moves last year and how it kind of ties you up in a way. So to say I'm going to give up a first round pick that loosely for an older Caruso, I would be very skeptical of that. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like that pick has to be like top 20 protected in my opinion. It has to be top 20 protected. If that's the case, that's fine. But anything worse than that, like, you can't give up that much value because you have to be able to maneuver yourself and get better players. Caruso would be amazing on the Kings. I'm not saying he wouldn't. But to give up a top 10 protected first round pick for him when you know what that did to you when you did that for Kevin, I can't do it, man. Like, I can't do it, man. It's tough. But some of those players that you're naming for sure, like those players in like a couple second round picks would get the job done. Who would it be? Obviously, I don't know what the numbers are. I don't want Andre Drummond on this team. You already got JaVale McGee. You got Alex Len coming back. You really only need a dude like to play 10 minutes for Sabonis. Sabonis is going to play the majority of your minutes. And let's be honest, Andre Drummond is the most empty calorie guy probably in the past 20 years. So I know he gets a ton of rebounds, ton of blocks, but for some reason they just feel empty. And his teams would all agree with that. Like, that's why he bounces team to team now. Like, I get it, the idea of him, the production in limited minutes, but I rather keep, like, if when it comes to him, I rather keep what the Kings already have, which is a lot of cohesiveness, just great teammates. Even if one of the other plays, they're gonna root for each other. I don't know how Andre Drummond's gonna react when he doesn't get to play. See what I'm saying? Like, when he's not the actual backup. So I would be hesitant in trying to get him. For sure, Caruso, I would be leaning more towards, like, if I'm going to do a top 10, try to get Caruso and DeMar DeRozan. Obviously, some people want Zach LaVine. I just feel like DeRozan is a better fit for this team. Not to say that I wouldn't want either in terms of an upgrade, but then if you're going to upgrade to LaVine or DeRozan, or really LaVine, like, you're guaranteeing a ton of money for the next few years, which is scary because it's going to, again, tie you up salary cap wise as well. And it's going to be hard to sign certain guys that, guys like Malik Monk, like, would you be able to re-sign him if you have Zach LaVine's number on your cap? These are things that you got to think about when you're thinking about trying to trade for guys like this who are defensive liabilities. And Zach LaVine, yes, he has the potential to be a good defender, especially in this culture and under Mike Brown. But the reality is he's a guy, no matter who your coach is, no matter who your health team is or training staff is, right? Sorry, medical staff is. He's a guy that gets injured. And in reality, he doesn't have good knees. That's a scary thought, man. This is a dude who's always injured. Me personally, I'm not taking that risk. I know it's box office in terms of, damn, like, you put Zach LaVine and De'Aaron Fox together. I understand the allure of it, like the box office or their must watch are hella exciting. It's gonna be Dunk City, Zach LaVine, Malik, Fox, Keeg. It's gonna be a dunk fest. But damn, like, I see Bradley Beal, I see Book, I see KD. In theory, it could be a great trio, but they're always injured. Like, they haven't even really played together, and that scares me. That truly scares me when it comes to Zach LaVine's. I'm not willing to take the risk on someone like him because it's going to take a lot to get him, and it's going to take a lot of your cap space away. So yeah. Oh, John Moran. Obviously, yes, John Moran is part of the elite point guard. So I apologize. That's someone that I forgot. Brunson. He's good, but I don't know if he's part of the elite. Harden, just kidding. Fox is going to be in the MVP running as long as he stays. Absolutely. Just asking the tough questions. Caruso too hurt. About our first round pick in the mid-20s. Yes, they will be in the mid-20s. Right. But just in case, you just never know with injuries, bro. Like, but yes, I get what you're saying. I just don't want Drummond in that deal. And, like, I don't think he's worth a first. He's not warranted a first round pick. I don't think anyone's going to give up a first round pick like that for him. They might give like 2-3 second rounders, but there might be a super desperate team. I can't think of who has those assets. Maybe OKC does, but does OKC want Caruso? OKC has a lot of assets. Houston has a lot of assets. Yeah, teams like that, but in terms of like the Lakers, the Clippers, like the older teams in the West, they don't have much assets at all. So I don't know. Like the Kings have the asset, but then are you giving up 2026, 2028? Again, man, that's what if someone else pops up? Someone that's even better than Caruso, and you're like, man, like, I wish I had the first round pick for that player. I'm just saying, like, there's a pecking order. Yes, I want Caruso, but not for a first round pick. Um, damn, just looking at the guards Kentucky has put out to the league in the last 10 years. Wow, it's true, man. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them for sure. It's been fun to watch this Kentucky Wildcats, bro. Man. Well, top of my head, John Wall, De'Aaron Fox, right? Obviously Malik. Who else has come out? I'm gonna disrespect somebody. I already know people are gonna be mad. Jamal Murray, Kentucky. Devin Booker, Kentucky. Well, I mean, those damn names right there alone. Those names alone, man. That's crazy. Just let me know if I missed anybody, man. Top of my head, it's crazy. There's a lot of shit in my head. Kings better than the Suns. Damn, I mean, that better than the Suns right now, yes, because they're injured. But see, that's the one team that would worry me because they got some hoopers, man. Like, they got a lot of dudes who have a bag that can get their own shot up, and they play in a structured team. Like, I can't say that about the Clippers. Like, the Clippers have a ton of those guys. Not a ton of those guys, but like 3 of those guys. And then the Suns have their trio, Eric Gordon, who's a damn bucket. Like, that guy will get a shot against anybody. So, but they play in the system. Like, there's structure for them, right? There's a pecking order. Just what the Clippers, you don't really know. It's like your turn, my turn. They're trying to find themselves, I feel like. And even now, the Suns are playing well enough without all their guys playing together. And I can't imagine when it does happen, like, they're going to be super dangerous. But, you know, if you're asking me healthy versus healthy, Kings healthy, Suns healthy, it's tough. I think in a 7-game series, they'll probably go 7, and whoever has home court will probably take it. But they're really, like, right there. Like, those 2 teams would be hella fun to watch in the playoffs as well. You know, it's just one of those things for me. But I mean, honestly, the Lakers don't worry me. The Clippers don't worry me. The Warriors don't worry me. And I get it. Oh, they're 0-2 this year. Stop, man. Come on, man. The one on the fake ass, he'll make 1 out of 10 at this point of his career in Klay Thompson. Like, I'm going to live with that. You know, no De'Aaron Fox. Tough first home game against the Warriors this year. I just felt like they just, for whatever reason, weren't ready. No excuses. They went in there. They did their thing. The Kings brought the lead down to 4 or 5 points. It just wasn't enough. Their late game adjustments and trying to take the ball out of Steph's hand, it worked, and that continued for the second game. And it worked really well until the end, where you don't have your closer to truly close out a game. They played extremely well. No moral victories, though. And they just lost to a Klay Thompson, essentially buzzer beater. So, every time you play Steph, man, I get it. Like, try to take the ball away from him, and good things will happen. They still got some dudes who I mean, to me, Wiggs is really good, but I'm going to let anybody else beat me. To me, they don't worry me. They're on a 6-game losing streak. They just, for whatever reason, they play really well against the Kings. The reason is, I mean, they know the Kings as good as anybody. Steve Kerr knows Mike as good as anybody. And he outcoaches Mike. He outcoached him in the playoffs. And he outcoached him in the first game for 3 quarters. And then Mike got the last surge in that fourth where they made the game close. And then it took a crazy, a very tough shot on a very wild play to beat the Kings that night in San Francisco. So, like I said, I'm not worried about them either. You gotta be worried about the Nuggets. You gotta be worried about the Suns if they're healthy. Some people say the T-Wolves, but are the T-Wolves truly up there? I mean, they got a hell of a player and Edwards. I mean, Who am I not thinking of right now? The Pelicans. Sorry, I mean the Pelicans are very interesting, but they're always injured. I feel like, and Zion's just holding them back. If I were them, I would trade Zion, get as much assets. I know there's a team that can give him a ton of assets. They just got to do it. And obviously OKC could be the Kings of last year, right? Which is fine. Like they're a fun team. They're a hard-nosed team. Like they gonna make a lot of teams play their best to beat them. So the West is tough, man. The West is tough for sure. I do think the Kings are the second best team in the West. On the playoffs, who are the Kings being in the series, and who do we need to make a trade for in order to beat them? Great game, great chemistry. Passing is picking up. Go Kings, Todd. Yes, sir. Maxie. That's right. Maxie went to Kentucky. Great day today. I'm gonna be walking into the work like my Niners and my Kings. Yeah, man. Hey, the Raiders covered the spread. Everybody was talking shit, going, "Oh, they're gonna get blown out." But I'm like, bro, the Dolphins ain't like that. Covered the spread. Damn near could have tied the game. Great play by Ramsey, by the way. I mean, that guy is amazing. That dude made anybody but Ramsey don't make that play, and it's a touchdown. Like, it wasn't a bad throw. It was just a great play by Ramsey, and he just picked it off in the end zone. But that dude is special. I get Drummond. I'm just putting him because we need another backup big with Len out 6 to 8 weeks, and he's great rebounder. But yeah, I'd much rather have a guy like Torrey Craig or maybe Javon Carter. Right. That's more of my train of thought as well. Maxi. Yep. Who's next? Mavs are trash. Even with the help of the ref, Luka can play every call. They had no answer against Fox. He didn't have to do as much this game. Great win for the Kings tonight. David Martinez. Yes, sir. So, yeah, it was just a great game. Let's see a little bit of. I've already talked about the box score tonight, right? Again, Duarte, man, 33 minutes, just played exceptional tonight. 4 assists, 8 rebounds, 13 points, and then the 2 studs, Sabonis and Fox. 62 points combined. That's the real deal. Sabonis could have had more points if he makes damn free throws. Still a big issue for Sabonis. He needs to fix that. That's the one thing that's a pet peeve that we can poke at for sure. But just a phenomenal game from him. Just phenomenal. He's being extremely aggressive, and that's what the Kings need. Let's look at some of the highlights from today. Let's see, live videos. So we got 62 points. Oh, look at that. They gave the Kings a little feature there. 62 points combined. Nice, from NBA.com. It's about damn time. But I do want to see full game highlights because, we'll see possessions defensively where we can see how the Kings could get better. While that plays, let's see NBC Kings. Yeah, so let's listen to some of the things that they had to say. 6 straight wins. That's a nice design. I haven't had time to post, but yes, let's listen to this.
Standing courtside right now, Keegan. Thanks for joining us. Excited to have you after another big win. You guys really closed that game big, especially in the fourth, and now 6 straight for you guys. How were you able to get it done?
I feel like it was just a collective effort, offensively and defensively. I feel like we kind of put it together at the right times and just stuck with it and end up getting the win.
Keegan, your defense this year has gone to another level, and it's not like, it's just improved. You look like you have the chance to be an elite defender in this game. What's been different? How are you able to improve defensively this season?
Yeah, I just have to step up on that end. Offensively, I'm not even close to where I want to be at, so I just want to step up on that end as much as I can and guard the best guys so other guys can be good on offense and have their way on offense, and I feel like I'm the guy to do that.
You guys have had such a strong starting unit. What was it like playing without Kevin Huerter tonight? You guys were still able to get it done.
Yeah, we just had to step up. He's a guy that's obviously been playing really well. these last 3 games, and it's a void that we had to fill. I feel like Chris Duarte did really well, rebounding the ball, making shots, and stepping up in his absence. So kudos to him for stepping up.
Well, Keegan, great game out there tonight. Get back at it against New Orleans tomorrow. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
When I first got the job, I didn't know if he was going to be there right away or how long it was going to take him. When I was able to work with Fox when he was in high school at an Adidas Nations. Albert Hall used to put on these Adidas Nations things, and they were best camps out there for the elite players. And I worked it one year, and Fox was there with a lot of other guys like Bam Adebayo and those type of guys. And when I worked with him, I was just in awe of his strength, his quickness, his feel, his intelligence. I mean, he is an intelligent, high-level guy at the highest level. He's very, very intelligent, great feel. So back then I was like, oh my gosh, this guy has a chance to be one of the best, if not the best, one of the best two-way players in the league. Get the job. Obviously, Luke Laux has done a fantastic job with him. Luke's done a fantastic job. And everybody that he has around him, starting with his wife and Rasay, and she got it from her pops, Rasay. Some people think I'm hard on him. I mean, yeah, I'm scared of Rasay in terms of her competitiveness. She is a competitor, but, she preaches more than what we preach at home to him, which drives him to be great. So being around him last year, seeing that he decided to go down this path with his game, and then just watching him work, sit back and watch him work with Luke. Seeing in the summertime when he goes on vacation, hey, Luke, you're coming with me. I need to continue to work out. When you have that type of hunger, desire, however you want to call it, you're going to have a chance at it. And he's already got the talent, the quickness, the strength, all that other stuff. Now it's about the work and him stringing it together game after game after game for 48 minutes, not taking any plays off. And I thought he did that tonight.
Wow. I mean, that's a big time. We're all seeing, I saw that last year, but defensively, Fox is just taking that next level. I think the question, just to play devil's advocate, is it sustainable for 82-game season in terms of injuries? He's already missed 5 games this year. Is it sustainable to play this hard on both ends, be this insane offensive hub, lead the NBA, or even be top 5 in scoring, right? He doesn't necessarily have to be number 1, but be top 5 scorer, be this type of a this high-level defender that he's been all year long. Man, I just hope it doesn't drain his body, and by the time he gets to the playoffs, God forbid something happens, in terms of injuries. That's where I feel like adding another strong defensive piece is going to help De'Aaron Fox take that next leap, right? Like, you want him to be ready for April, May, potentially June. Obviously, that's everybody's goal, to win a championship. You want that OG type of player. Keegan Murray, thankfully for this organization, he's taking that challenge to be that type of player, which is great. But I feel like you need two of those guys plus Fox to be just an NBA champion, in my opinion. Like, you need that second insane, incredible defender on the wing that can guard, 1 through 4 at least. That can play small ball 5 like an OG. That's what I'm looking for if I'm the Kings. Again, some of the names that have been floating around is the Levines. I floated around DeMar, but Siakam, sometimes it feels like he's checked out over there in Toronto. Sometimes he's playing at a high level. He's been inconsistent all season long, but if you go out for a guy like that for at least one season, because you potentially could lose him in the offseason, can Mike Brown get the best out of him? If there's anyone I can bet on and trying to get the best out of him and maximizing him to his potential, it's Mike Brown. So do you swing for the fences and do you go out and get a long, athletic Siakam who can score? his defense isn't great, but he has the ability to be a good defender, right? Like, and again, Fox was the same way. He was extremely inconsistent defensively, but when you hold someone accountable, and when there's a person that holds you accountable, like a Mike Brown, you're gonna want to play your best, right? Like, and we're seeing it from Keegan, which again, I didn't see that in tape pre-draft. Like, he's been just playing at an All-NBA defensive level. Can you turn Siakam back into that type of guy? I mean, you could. Like, do you take the risk? It's super interesting, right? Like, it's super interesting to truly think about that. I would be very, very intrigued by it. So, I mean, do you make that move, understanding that you may lose him, or if you do, you're gonna have to pay him $35 million plus? It's tough, It's truly a tough risk. But in the situation that the Kings in, they may very well have to take that risk, in my opinion. Like, they may very well have to take that risk. But yes, man, it's fun because the Kings are in the position now that they can potentially make moves like this, right? Where in the past they weren't in that type of position to make that type of move. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know I was posting on Instagram right now the final box score. Again, I can't do everything all at once, but yes, Chef the Lefty, great coach. Dupers, hey, it's Duemo. That Phoenix game against Utah, crazy game. Is that going on right now? Or last game? Yeah, it was crazy to see. Kings should stay with the course with the current roster. I mean, they could, right? Yes, please get Siakam out. He's terrible because versus strong tier defensive teams, maybe not Warriors. Brown can fix it. Fix that. I mean, they could. They could, but it'll be interesting for sure, man. Yeah, I don't know. To me, I would make that move. Obviously, Harrison Barnes will have to be involved because the only way that he could make the numbers work. Probably like Harrison, Kevin, and Davion, which would match his salary. But is that a risk? Is that a move that you're willing to take? Yeah, that's the move that you got to make to just swing for the fences. Like you got to swing for the fences, man. And that's potentially a move that you make for sure. So we'll see. Some people have said Jeremy Grant. That could be a guy as well who has shown signs to be good at times defensively. Not great, but he's athletic enough to be that type of a guy, especially if he buys into a Mike Brown system. And that's another guy, right? But, wish list, OG is top of the list. I mean, super top of the list, Mikal, but Mikal not going nowhere. I mean, they could go and get like a Finney Smith from the Nets. That would make them better. How much better? That's the real question. Would I rather have Finney Smith over Harrison Barnes? At this point, yes. But it's not lopsided. It's pretty. Yeah, I just feel like they just need a change there. And again, Harrison Barnes is gonna have a little stretch before the All-Star break where he's gonna look great. And mark this part of the pod and be like, Leo's, yeah, like Harrison Barnes is a very good player still. It's just that for whatever reason on this team and his tenure with the Kings, it's been up and down like anybody else. I just feel like he just needs a fresh start. And I feel like the Kings need a fresh start from him. And even if it's like an addition by subtraction type of thing, like, okay, I'm going to bring in this guy just to give us a new look. Look, I get it. Like he's a great veteran presence, but let's not act like Fox and Sabonis aren't the main guys on this team and would struggle from a leadership perspective if they didn't have Harrison Barnes. Like, come on, man. Like, we know who leads this team, and his name is De'Aaron Fox. They're fine. Like, they're not a super young team who needs some type of a guidance ship. Like, they'll be fine without him, you know? So that's what I think, though. That's what I think. Let me know in the comments below. Actually, let's see if this loaded. Jeez, it's still not going, huh? It is still not going. How many commercials do they got to play? David Yearman. So here we go. D-Fox. You know, the airplane mode, try to take the challenge, but, you know, nobody can truly stop him. Again, Harrison Barnes, he traveled. I get it, man. Like, and then referees are allowing this bullshit, but, like, why they allow this? This used to never be allowed. To me, that's a travel, but they allow everybody to do it. I don't like it. I mean, everybody does it on the Kings. Everybody does it league wide. I feel like I hate when they allow this, like a little run start. They call it a gather, and then your 2 steps. But I mean, it is what it is. Great start by Harrison Barnes. That's more of a pet peeve, of a personal pet peeve for me. But I mean, that's just me. Luka Doncic again. He's nice with it. It's hard to guard him, especially when you're a crybaby and when you get every single goal. But there's no denying his greatness. There's no denying how good he is. Good pass there. Great footwork. That's a foul and one. Luka got caught there. It's reaching in, and that's what happens. But great footwork. This is the Sabonis that we love, the aggressive Sabonis that we need on the Kings. So, yeah, get it, big man. Again, pushing the ball in transition. He sees barbecue chicken there. Barbecue chicken there, and I love Lively, but that's barbecue chicken, man. Lively's not ready for this type of physicality. He might be in a few years. He might be, and when he is ready and we get stronger, he's going to be a damn problem. But right now, Sabonis, November 19th, you got to take advantage. Like, you got to take advantage, period. Great stuff there. When he gets up, where Fox is just going crazy. Fudge, man. More commercials. Yeah, that's tough, bro. Like, Duarte played that for that guy is as good as you can. Like, as good as you can. He's just box office. And what a play by Fox. I mean, talk about that defensive anticipation, man. Just a special. I was watching I always like to watch the opposing broadcast just because I like to see what the perspective is on different players. I always say this. And they thought this was a foul. Obviously, it wasn't. But Fox is a problem on both ends, man. And they're just raving about De'Aaron. They're raving about Sabonis. And I love hearing those types of things, man. He traveled. He traveled and he got fouled. But he traveled first. Watch this. 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps. He got away with it. They consider that a gather. That's a travel, man. It's just funny. Again, worked out for the Kings. That's great, but that's a travel. I mean, that's a travel, bro. That's crazy. Yes. It is a travel. Let's see. Great move. I mean, this dude gets into the paint. I love how tough nose his kid Green is. Love his defensive intensity. Just love it, bro. Like, he's a solid basketball player, man. He's a solid basketball player for sure. Again, look at this. Great cut and one. You're too small, boy. You're too small. He just does things, man. He wasn't doing this last year. He does different things to impact the game. Luka Doncic 1-on-1, killing the shot clock. Everybody just watching him. There's no action anywhere. Everybody's just watching him, spacing it out for him. Stuff to play like this if you're everybody else, right? Like literally no movement whatsoever. Tough shot maker though. That's great, but you know. So that was the second quarter there that we covered the spread 4.5. Oh my gosh, epidemic. This is where are we at now? So at this point they're up by 2 points, okay? With 2:21 left in the third. And I think the Kings just go berserk here. Too much. That's tough. If he does that, that's crazy. What can, and this is just smart basketball, bro. Great pump fake, sidestep after the pump fake. That is tough. What a shot. Yeah, like I said, like they literally went crazy. 12-3 run in the last 3:05. Bro, like the Kings went berserk. They're only up by 2 points. Great defense there. Just better offense, right? And then look at this. Key up by 11 points to end it, bro. Like they were literally up by 2. Crazy 9. I don't know that. I don't think it's a 9-0 run, but that's like a 9-point difference there in a matter of 2:21. Like that's crazy. That's great. And then they just explode, right? Fourth quarter. De'Aaron Fox. Bang, bang. Oh, where you going? He too small. That was an and one, by the way. No call. Luka would have been crying like crazy. Here he goes, though. He said, Papa, oh, no. Where you going? Black Falcon. Cuckoo! Cuckoo! There you go. You already knew they were going to cover his bet at this point. Oh, that's crazy. Like, if he hits that at a high level, oof, watch out. Nice pick and roll action there between my boy Duarte and Sabonis. That's nice. That's real nice. That's a foul. But at this point, the rest is like, man, I ain't calling shit. You be crying all day for stuff that's not a foul. I mean, that's part of the, like, foul against no foul. Like, if you're going to argue every call, you're not going to get every call. But you can get a lot of the calls, too, though. Damn. Like, this Sabonis, I can't remember the last time he's been this aggressive, bro. Like, for this amount of games. Like, he's looking for his offense, which is just amazing for the Kings. Like, if he does this, bro, the Kings are going to be hard to stop, bro. Like, let's just end that on that. Like, the Kings are going to be, at this point, Fox not even playing. He's on the bench just celebrating because they take care of business, right? They're up by 20 points at this point. Man, like, this is legit, bro. Like, this Sabonis is crazy, bro. Like, this Sabonis is crazy. Like, I love it. Man. But, yeah. That's going to do it, y'all. Happy Sunday. Yeah, we've been on here for over an hour. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button. You know, people that watch this after as well. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Going to do it again tomorrow, man. Pelicans going to be a tough matchup. Let's see how they do. 3-0 on the road trip. Great time, man. Light the beam. I appreciate you guys so much, man. What a night. What a day. Happy Sunday, y'all. God bless you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.